Cass and Steve. Cass and Steve. Buckle up for the fun road.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good evening.
And good night.
I mean, I think people probably think that we recorded this one time and then we play it on every single
Nope.
podcast. No.
That's our little mental switch that says,
Yeah.
and it's go time.
Yeah. You know, we are so trained that the moment we say that, we go like, it's podcast time. Let's do it again. Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good evening.
And good night.
Wherever you are in the world, it's me, Steve.
And it's me, Cass.
And we are
The Fun Road with Cass and Steve. I'm trying to read your mind. What are you saying here?
And we are Cass and Steve. Are you a little sick of that little song? Actually, somebody told me that the volume of the jingle is very high.
So what?
And our our voices are lower. So at the end, everybody puts the volume down to hear us, and then at the end it goes like Cass and Steve very loud at the end.
You said everybody. How many people did you hear it from?
Everybody who listens to the podcast.
Isn't that funny? Let's just talk about that for a second. One person told you that that's what they do, and you think that's probably right. Everybody does it. Did you ever think it's a problem with that person?
Or, you know, when somebody says, that movie, don't watch it, it's not good. And then you meet somebody and say, ooh, it got bad reviews.
Yeah, I just confirmed.
Yeah. I mean, it's one person. Sometimes we think that one person is everybody else. But we want to make ourselves sound more important or smart by saying, I heard that everybody said it's a bad movie. So welcome to the Fun Road. Sorry, I had to swallow that. The Fun Road podcast.
That's right. We are
Oh my God, that ginger shot is kicking in.
We just had Steve up in his house here. We're on a little time off here in Barcelona. And Steve just did a juicing cold press machine, ginger carrot shot. And my insides are on fire. They are truly on fire. But there's something that when you do something really good for your body, you eat a very healthy meal, you take one of those shots, you can kind of hear your body saying, thank you.
Your body, it's the same with the opposite. When you have like one night and you eat very bad, your whole body just fights it and go like, what did you do? I'm going to punish you and keep you awake all night.
Totally. And just gurgle. Yeah. Yesterday, we said we are eating healthy and we're going to wait until we're actually hungry before we eat. And we did not get hungry until 6 p.m.
Yeah, 7 o'clock
I started getting
night.
Hungry faster than you did.
Yeah.
You looked at me. You're hungry. And I'm like, I know.
I can tell. That's the first time we've seen it.
Whenever you say, hey, what do you want to eat for dinner? And I say, I don't care. You're like, oh, you're hungry.
I don't care. Just give me food.
Give me anything. Give me anything at all.
So today, the podcast is about habits.
And your
hobbits.
Hobbits and habits. Do you have a habit of seeing hobbits?
Oh my God.
Nailed it.
Best joke of the whole day. One of your habits is, get ready everybody, is...
Wait for it. Guess if you can already.
Oh my God.
Such a good feeling.
I'm getting trained like a dog with a clicker.
Yeah.
You know, they click and then the dog knows what they're doing. I'm getting the same. You click that and I go like, she ready.
Something's going to happen.
She ready. Today we talk about habits, good habits and bad habits. And how do you snap out of it? Because one of the most important things you need to do before you know how to change a bad habit is acknowledge it, knowing what are your bad habits and what are actually good habits.
And what's causing them. I noticed that my body language will do things just naturally when I'm uncomfortable, when I'm nervous, when I'm stressed. I mean, I used to bite my nails so bad. It was out of control. My mom used to even say, Cass, I will pay you $1 per nail if I can see the whites on your nail.
Really?
So if I was like needing money real fast, I thought, okay, I cannot bite my nails. It's $10 I can make real fast.
No, 20. Show them your toenails.
Yeah, totally. Mom, I didn't bite my toenails for a whole week. But that was something that I really, really used to do. And now I notice when people start biting their nails, now that I don't bite my nails, I notice, oh, I bet you they're uncomfortable because it's just a little switch that happens in their brain when there's a little bit of stress going on. You want to take your attention off of the stressful situation and bite your nails or...
I'm thinking about a bad habit that I have. Eating chocolate right before I go to bed. I love eating chocolate because I'm a Belgian, and that's what we do. I mean, we got some of the best chocolate in the world, and for me, chocolate just, I know it triggers a lot of endorphins in your brain, and it kind of is a substitute of sex. Ooh, now thinking about it.
I mean, you've been eating a lot of chocolate lately.
I've been eating a lot of chocolate. What am I missing? But I think that would be one of the bad habits that I have. It's almost like that taste is something I need, that flavor, before I don't know, before I go to bed, and it just soothes me. And
it's that nighttime ritual of like, oh, I'm going to break off some chocolate. But can I say, I appreciate you always having chocolate at your house because I too like chocolate. I used to tell myself I don't like chocolate or cheese. And that's like what I live on now.
And I have cheese and chocolate in my fridge.
Yeah, but I do not like chocolate from the fridge.
Yeah, I love it to snap.
I don't like it when it gets stuck in the grooves of my teeth. So I don't like ice cream that has chocolate in it because it gets stuck all in those tiny little grooves of your teeth. And it's just like, I like it when it's nice and just room temperature and kind of melts real fast. But habits don't have to be foods that you eat, but actually everybody has habit loops. And everything that we do is based off of a trigger and a reward.
Yeah.
And even when you're driving down the highway, you can say, okay, I'm going to eat healthy today. I'm going to eat healthy today. And then not that you can't eat healthy at McDonald's. I'm not saying that because you can eat healthy anywhere. McDonald's doesn't force you to only order fries and chicken nuggets. They have healthier options there. But once you have a certain amount of triggers, then you naturally fall back into your habit, no matter if you're working on your willpower or not. So you see those golden arches for 3 exit signs, and all of a sudden, now I'm going to go, that trigger has happened, and I'm going to go and get that reward. And oftentimes we have negative habits that we still get the reward from, even when people are addicted to drugs or food or TV or whatever it may be, social media. There's something that is a trigger, and then you go into that habit and there's a reward. So you have to catch it while it's being triggered and reroute that path.
And of course, I'm sure there's a difference between a habit and an addiction, but people probably most of the time think, no, I don't have any habits. And it's actually proven that 45% of your actions in a day are habits.
We were talking about the way that you even dry out your body, the way muscle I put memory. Lotion on. Those muscle memory from the way that you walk down the stairs, from the way that you walk through your neighborhood or where you go to shop, the aisles that you go to first. All of that is based on habits. So if you're wanting to pick new habits to sustain a higher level of living, you have to be really aware of your daily activities. If nearly half of them are habits.
And when you go over your day, I'm sure from the beginning.
Found out about, they did a study at MIT, and they had a mouse in a maze. And at one point of the maze, there is a piece of chocolate. So they put the mouse in there, and the mouse's brain is feverishly looking for this chocolate and just working and finding this chocolate. After about a week, it doesn't hardly even do anything. It's all habit and goes straight to that chocolate. So some of the things that you're doing, maybe initially you had to work very hard to make them a habit, but after a while, it is completely stored in your brain. You don't have to think about it anymore. It's just like swallowing or breathing. That's why they say 21 days is the start of securing a habit. I don't think that 21 days can really keep it forever, but they say 21 days to a habit. And
Wow.
I know it makes us, Steve has been putting his dog in the other room. I don't think that people mind. We do
We're
our
in
podcast.
a natural environment.
This is
Well,
life. It's like,
these are the sounds of a natural environment. Can you guess what I just did? Let me do it again. Oh, yeah.
Those look unbelievable. I gain so much weight when I come to Spain because I want to just eat all the things. It's the same thing that you say when you come to the States. There's just things that you want to try and eat. And so let's
Should I just get a plate? You got to explain.
I'm not going to eat it yet.
You do have to explain what we
Okay,
just did.
so underneath where Steve lives, there's an amazing bakery that's actually world known, and it's called Bubo. And Bubo is known for these beautiful desserts. And my favorite thing that you can find at Bubo is a beautiful, fluffy croissant that is glazed. So it's already wrapped in sugar and it's stuffed with marzipan, which is like an almond paste, which is delicious.
It's not the classic marzipan. It's like something they make themselves. It is
unbelievable.
So if you don't hear me for the next 10 minutes and it's only Cass talking,
it's because
I'm
he is eating
that
this
croissant.
Delicious croissant. So there are certain things that I have had to learn new habits for. For example, biting my nails. And oftentimes what happens with your habit is something will kind of snap you out of it. And I was talking to Emily, my sister, about nail biting.
Yeah.
I stopped biting my nails once I was in a presenter position because I'm always using my hands.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't want people, zoning in on my nails, and I would bite them to the point where they would hurt to wash my hair, like just gnaw on my nails. It was a terrible nervous habit. Because now I have claws. I can dig those nails into you.
Yeah. When she goes to the manicure, she says, hey, not ovals. I want them pointy, like claws.
I don't want nails. I want claws. I want them to shoot out.
That comes from Well and Grace. That's not my joke. Sorry.
Take it. It was better than my hobbit. So my sister said that she stopped biting her nails because my whole family, we were all nail biters. And my sister stopped biting her nails when a boy looked at her fingers and kind of said something like, "Oh, you bite your nails?" And it immediately
triggered life.
Yeah. And so she said, I do not want this feeling. And sometimes one person's actions can snap you out of a bad habit, but sometimes they can also snap you out of a good habit and make you doubt the things that you're doing. So you kind of need to analyze that.
That's why, first of all, I think it's very important. And everybody listening to this podcast, you need to think about that. If you could just think about one bad habit you're doing every single day, and the moment you recognize that, what can you do to snap out of that? It's like you already know the minute before you're going to do that habit, oh, I'm going to end up doing that again. What do I do the minute before I start doing something I shouldn't be doing? What can you do to snap out of that? Is that just jumping in the air, doing a little chicken dance? I don't know. Is it, just telling yourself, I'm going back to that bad habit? But you need to do something to trigger that brain saying, oh my God, I'm going to go back into that bad habit.
Yeah, you really have to change your body's chemistry by changing your position, doing like a power move. What we do also in our live events, we go over some of these techniques of how you can trigger your brain to be in a more positive, new, fresh state. But you can do that also with your habits. There's a Chicago song. Do you know the band Chicago? They're huge.
I know the musical Chicago.
They're huge in the US, but one of their songs is "You're a Hard Habit to Break." It's actually so sad, and it's talking about a breakup. And it's really like one of those. I used to listen to Chicago like after every breakup or after every like sad day.
Every breakup. How many breakups did you have?
Oh yeah, I take them and leave them. I'm not saying I broke up. I was broken up with.
Oh.
But I've also had where if I've been traveling out of the US, I realize certain habits I have that I can't fulfill because I can't go to the store and get that thing late at night. If I want to go, oh, I need just like a crisp or some candy, or I love cherry tomatoes and just random little
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
And or calling people. There's certain people. I remember after my dad died, I had a habit of I would just pick up the phone and call my dad all the time. We talked
Yeah.
every day, and I had any cool story, I always would pick up and call him first. Any sad story, or I needed advice on something. So that was a habit I knew I recognized that was no longer going to work.
Yeah. Look, why don't we think about something that is a bad habit for both of us and how we can solve it in the next week by doing something to snap out of it. And we're going to do the same thing. And people listening at home, you guys can think of your bad habit and do the same thing like we do to snap out of it. What would be a bad habit that you have besides eating your boogers?
Eat my boogers.
No, she doesn't.
You know, there are things like I pick my face. I'm kind of a picker. I pick up my nails. I pick up my face.
Pick up my nose.
I don't pick up my nose so much, but that is something in hotels that late at night I'll like pick a pimple that is nothing.
Yeah.
And then ends up being this huge.
And in the morning, I see you and I go like, what
in the hell did you do? So I've gotten better at that. That's something I'm working on.
Okay, so for you, it's going to be when you start picking. I mean,
just hands down.
Hands down, that one. Okay, for me, bad habits.
Quite hard.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm only having good habits. Bad habits.
No chocolate.
Oh no, I cannot give that one up.
Even the bad habits, it's like, but I really like that. Like, I definitely drink too much soda.
Yeah, but is that an addiction or a habit?
What are you trying to say there? What are you trying to get at? I would love to. One thing I know for sure, especially when someone has an addiction, they have to replace it with something else. So it's not necessarily good enough to just quit. I know when I've had either family or friends who go through like a steps process, a 12 steps process, that they have to form new habits to replace their old habits.
Yeah, yeah.
So for example, maybe in the morning I start drinking, like this trip I brought some different herbal teas that I've been drinking because I just don't really like warm drinks. I like crisp, cold drinks. But I'm trying to find something that's a good replacement that is like, oh, that's
I'm still trying to think about a bad habit that I have. Help me.
I mean, the thing is, you can have, for me, I don't always eat croissants for breakfast. But that's a European thing also.
Yeah.
So it's not that it's serving you wrong.
No. But I don't think I have a habit of eating croissants because normally when you're not here, we do oatmeal with some.
Yeah. It's an occasion. You want to do it for a special occasion. I'm thinking about
something that
I think you've been very aware in your life, especially over the past, let's say, 10, 15 years. Oftentimes when you open up your circle of influence, you recognize your bad behaviors and things that just simply don't work. Yeah. So there's things that I used to do that I knew, okay, I've got to get rid of that because that doesn't work if I'm going to be traveling. And that also doesn't work when I'm working with other people. Maybe that offends somebody, or I find that it's a little off-putting, like kicking my feet up on a seat is like a very American thing. But now that's something I'm more aware of because you look at me like, what are you doing? Get your feet off the seat. So there's things that you've probably stopped doing along the way that you just have had to kind of polish yourself up, that you don't have bad habits so much
The fact
anymore.
that we travel so much is we need to be able to adjust to every single country where we go. And just talking about habits like Scandinavia, Japan, or probably Asia in general, shoes is something that is something you wear.
It's like dirty.
Yeah, it's dirty.
Yeah.
It's dirty. It's
You're
like
collecting dirt along the street, and then when you come to your house.
Yeah, they use shoes to go and walk outside. The moment they walk in, they never wear shoes inside. Never. And I actually never do that. So I learned to always take off my shoes. No, you can keep them on, don't worry. But we take them off the moment we get in. It's jacket off, shoes off.
I mean, last night you said, relax, take your jacket off, take your shoes off. But I'm naturally a cold person. So that's something that keeps me warm. So at home, I always wear slippers.
Yeah, and I gave you some slippers.
Will you get those for me after this podcast? I'm going to take off my shoes, and I want to get cozy in those big socks.
Okay, so let's say
I actually have a very funny story. I don't know if you remember this, but we had an event, and we were driving. It was somewhere from one country to I know it was. We were in Belgium. We were driving to Luxembourg. I think that's when it was. And both of us wanted to kick off our shoes, but both of us knew those feet would stink so bad. You guys, Steve was putting on these fluffy,
warm. You got to think of it's like I'm putting a little lamb around her feet.
Oh my god!
Right?
Yes. I mean, you love to do things for people that make them just feel so cozy.
Yeah.
Because you could have said, here, put these on, but you say, no, I want to have that
I will slip them on like
I want to get
Cinderella.
a little bit of that. Yeah, you just put on my little warm socks.
Yeah.
So we wanted to take off our shoes, and your feet were hurting in your shoes. And you said, I want to take off my shoes, but I have no idea how stinky they are. And I said, perfect. Same with me. We're both going to kick off our shoes, and we're going to roll down the window, and then we're going to fluff it out.
And whatever we smell, we
don't know if it's ours or yours. Or
So it's like you want to fart, do it together, and then you don't know whose fart you're smelling.
Although you always kind of know your scent of a fart and your scent of a shoe.
Oh my God, that's two times disgusting.
Everybody knows their own scent, but I can say, I'll swear by it, that nothing is worse than a fart from someone that you don't love. When you're in the mall and you smell a fart, it's like, come on. But if it's your friend, they're like, oh my gosh, I just farted. You can handle it.
Maybe this is something that proves if you love somebody.
You fart.
If they fart and you go like, I can handle it.
Yeah.
It's still nasty, but.
Yeah, but if someone has a stomach ache and they just say, oh, I just really got to get this out. I kind of am like, oh, I know that feeling. Just let it rip.
Let it rip. And if it's the...
Worst. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Maybe that's a habit.
We gotta stick with maybe this is a habit.
Maybe this is a habit you have. Are you a farter? Do you fart in front of people where it's not comfortable for them? Do they need to break their habit of non-farting?
I am still thinking about a bad habit that I do every single day. And you know why I can't think about it?
I think your impatience in lines is a habit that you should work on. But we've already talked about this.
So I will do that. So this is my bad habit. The moment I'm starting to waste time in lines, long lines, traffic jam, whatever,
security, airports,
and I cannot change it. Yes. What I'm going to do is, and you got to do, what's your bad habit?
Oh, I have 1,000.
But you got to pick one. We'll pick one and we'll do the same thing to snap out of it.
Yeah.
And you guys at home, you think about one of your bad habits and we'll all do the same thing. So what should we do? Something really cool, funny. Do that again. So clap, clap, clap.
Bum, ching. That's in my head.
Oh wait, that's what I'm gonna do. So you slap your thighs, right, left, right. Clap your hands, and you say, "Nailed it."
Yeah.
Ready? Go.
Nailed it.
Do it with us. So wait, right, left, right on the thighs. Clap.
Oh, I go left, right, left because I'm left-handed.
Perfect. Whatever you want to do, and go. Nailed it.
You know, how about this also? Oh my gosh, my voice is going. Okay, listen, if you have a bad habit, what you can do, or if your bad habit is like getting mad at yourself, some people get so mad at themselves when things go wrong. I mean, we just let that go. It's like, okay, I'll do better next time.
Yeah.
So what you can do is have a little nailed it. That gets you more in a positive thing that just says, hey, lighten it up a little bit. Don't take yourself so seriously.
Yeah.
Maybe if it's a habit, it's more, I'm better at what habits do I want to start? Drinking more water, cleaner diet, because I think physically I would feel better, not eating late because my stomach is grumbly all night.
Totally.
So think about things that you don't even have to think about that come naturally to you. Which ones do you want to keep? Which ones are serving you? Which ones are not? And then do something physically that can mentally switch you over so that you're not stuck there.
So a good thing you can do this week is just pick one bad habit. Learn to tell your body, when I do nailed it, you will start thinking about us. And the nailed it means, oh yeah, I just snapped out of it.
That's right.
And you're training your brain to do, every time when you hear that sound and you do that move, you will have a little giggle.
Yep.
And you will train your body to say, okay, every time I'm triggering to go into a bad habit, with that small little snap, I snap myself out of it. What you can do as well is this. Just really slap yourself with right and left. But that's not going to be funny when you see that on the street. Oh, maybe it is.
Everyone's just hitting themselves.
So this is going to be your task for this week. I want you to find out one habit, find the move that you do to snap out of it, and start training your brain to snap out of bad habits.
And I have a great habit that you can start doing. Every time you hear an episode, I want you to give us a little review.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell us what you like about the episode so that we can make sure that we keep doing what is giving you a little small tip that can make a big difference in your life. And another thing you can do, go over to thefunroad.com. You guys know we have live events happening.
Oh, and by the way, don't forget, we are coming to Canada on the 21st of July, and I will never forget it because it is the national holiday of Belgium.
That's right. So even though we can't be in Belgium celebrating there, we're going to be in Canada having an amazing event for the Fun Road.
Yeah.
And keep your ears peeled because we're going to do some fun, different contests for getting your free ticket to the event.
Exactly. So you...
Do you need something to wash that down with?
Eating my bad habit croissant. So go online, find live trainings near you. And another amazing thing is, from now on, you can do our training from your own little sofa. We don't want to make that a bad habit, but still, it's actually a good habit. So you can do the training online. It's called a webinar, and it's called the GPS Guided
Plan
to
Success.
And you do it from your own sofa. So go online, find GPS, and sign up right now.
And the GPS really is more of a personal touch for Steve and I.
Mm-hmm.
We get to basically be your coaches via the web.
I just ate a croissant. Give me 1 second. Nailed it. Trying to snap out of it. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. Hope to see you soon in one of our live trainings or on the GPS system. And take care.
Goodbye now.
Bye.
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 Goodbye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Cass and Steve, buckle up.